Finesse and Capone both talking shit on ManBetFX. Is he gonna scamming a lot of people?
Yeah.
He's using everyone else's money to benefit himself.
You don't get into his yards and stuff. First of all his houses I just get are leases.
Seriously.
So
For everyone that's watching this, first of all, don't be scammed by different providers. Don't be scammed by different influencers out there as well.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're taking your due diligence to learn about exactly what you're getting into. First of all, everything we say is not financial advice. Take everything on board that we are saying first of all, but we're not saying it for financial advice anyway. But what makes us different compared to every single other influencer out there is simple reasons is because first of all, we don't look at the fact that we make money. We don't we're not like any other influencers. We don't care about our community. We care about our community a lot. We take everything on board. We spend the time and effort on our community, reaching out to every single person and making sure everyone's doing well, and we provide the best analysis out there with the analysis that we provide with our chart markups, research, news, everything. I'd just like to take this time to promote our Telegram channel for a minute. Links in bio. Join the Telegram channel whilst you're here. Check us out. If you like it, join up. Read on the charts, the chats there as well. See what we're about, and from there you'll be able to realise we're not like any other signal provider out there.
You're not going to get an automated response saying you've just joined. We've had that a few times, haven't we?
Yeah.
You get automated responses and you just click start now, and it's just a matter of getting in there and you just get left to it.
Literally, we're not throwing you into the deep end. Don't worry, we're not like any other influencer out there where we're just going to dash you out, make you subscribe to our channel and leave you, in the bin, for example. We're not like ManBetFX. We're not like anyone else out there. Check it out for yourself. Read up on it, see what we do, see what we're about, and from there it's your own decision to take it upon yourself. Yeah. Guys, HustlinFX Podcast Episode 2. Alhamdulillah. Episode 1 was a banger.
It was indeed.
It definitely was. Episode 2 kicking off right now as we speak. Guys, drop a like, drop a comment in the comment section down below as well, and subscribe to the channel as well for future updates. Hit the bell icon as well, make sure you're notified when we next upload. And also check our Telegram out where you can find the inside scoop on every single thing Forex related as well.
You'll find that all in the description alongside our social medias and everything else, and an insight of what the video is going to be about as well. Join the Telegram channel. There's a lot of updates on there. There's a lot of information, educational stuff on there as well.
Yeah.
Why Telegram? Because Telegram's the best compared to like Discord, Insta, WhatsApp, in my opinion, anyway. But you can all debate that for yourselves. Right then, touching on the first subject to speak about today. What is it?
I'd say first subject is how episode 1 went for ourselves.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Episode 1, I think for our first episode, it was a banger.
Yeah.
Looking back, it's not it's not cinema quality stuff, but for what we spoke about, absolutely amazing. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's probably, people might just assume you're only saying that because it's your own video, but I generally think for a video that I've taken loads of YouTube videos in the past and not posted them, but this is the one that I'm thinking, in my eyes, that's the best I've taken.
It definitely is. We actually did really well with it. The topics we discussed, obviously Forex related, going off of signal providers, different scam channels, affiliates, brokers, influencers, courses, the war, when we started, how quick we've gained such a mass amount of a mass community there as well for ourselves. Yeah. How we look after every single person in our community as well. I'd say episode 1 went swimmingly, to be honest.
That's good to hear.
Definitely is.
So both three so finally.
Yeah.
But what topic do you want to speak about now?
I think first topic on the list, after obviously talking about episode 1, how it went, is one thing that I wanted to bring up on episode 1, but I thought I'd save it for episode 2. Would kickstart it and go straight into how, not how, but let's call it 9-to-5 workers versus Forex traders.
Right, how it differs and how it compares. And a whole lot,
literally. So, literally how 9-to-5 workers work off of one paycheck for the entire month.
Yeah.
How Forex traders, they can take out a paycheck whenever they want, and they make up an entire paycheck's worth of someone working 9 to 5 in, you know, the space of a day, for example,
Yeah,
can be done.
100%. Now, to kick you off with, obviously, myself and yourself as well, we mentioned this in the first video, we kicked off in warehouses, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you know yourself, in warehouses you're making nothing.
Yeah.
You're literally living from paycheck to paycheck, if anything. And you yourself, I remember how much profit you made in your first month or so in Forex. Now, what would you say, how would that compare to working in the warehouse and grafting full hours as well?
Put it this way, you know, the first time I started trading, I mentioned this in episode 1 as well.
Yeah.
When I first started trading, the first week I made my entire paycheck for the full month.
Right.
Although at the time during warehouse I was getting paid on a weekly basis, but if you calculated it on a weekly basis, I was making about 250, 300 quid
Yeah.
a week. Call it about 300 even. 300 times 4 is what, 1200 quid.
Yeah.
I made that back in the space of a week and a half in Forex
Is that after tax as well?
after tax.
Crazy. And how many hours was that?
Dog hours.
Yeah.
I can't even explain. So I'd have to wake up at 6 and no. So how it was Monday to Saturday we started at 7.
Right.
So I'd have to wake up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, get ready, get straight to shift, jump on, you know, and I'd work all the way till about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Sundays we'd start at 6, so I'd have to wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning just to get ready and shoot off to work.
Yeah.
You can imagine how painful that would be.
It is.
Obviously, I tried my best to make it as full as possible because at the time I was a line manager as well. So I had my own line. I was, you know, I had my own people there. You used to, you know, joke around, you know, try and make time go as fast as possible, but no one liked it there. It's a very toxic community as well, especially, you know, with the warehouse sort of job sort of thing. It wasn't exactly warehouse, it was a factory
Yeah.
I worked in, making like food, basically, boxes. And yeah, how about yourself?
Well, before we move on to myself, I just want to touch on, you mentioned you were line manager, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't imagine what the people under you were making.
Under me, they'll make, so let's say, for example, yeah, hypothetically speaking, let's say if I was making approximately 15 quid an hour at the time, for example,
Right.
people under me would be making at least 25% less than that. And it took me about 2.5 years to get to a line manager, first of all.
Yeah.
So it did take a lot of my time, you know, trying to build up, trying to, you know, get a promotion in a company that wasn't going to last me anyway, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. But yeah, so a lot of the people underneath me, they were making at least 25% less than what I was making,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So call it about 11.50, 12 quid an hour they were making at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what year was that in roughly, like?
That was 2018, 2019.
Right. So when I got into warehouses, I was at sixth form. Then I moved into warehouses at like 2021 early time.
Yeah.
Roughly around then. And I started off at Amazon.
Yeah.
So I used to travel from, I won't mention what's there obviously, but used to go to Wakefield to travel there.
Yeah.
And bear in mind it was only 40 hours,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to bear in mind setting off, that's an extra hour, coming back an extra hour, especially
Yeah.
from the distance I was travelling.
Yeah.
Night shifts as well, which was an absolute killer.
Night shifts are not the one.
Not the one at all. 5:30 till 6:30 started and finish at 5 in the morning.
Wow.
Disgusting hours.
I couldn't imagine doing something like that because,
Nah.
you know, when you come home, what do you do? Do you just carry on with your day or do you go straight to sleep or what?
You'd think you'd go back to sleep straight away and you're gonna get up and at least do something during the day with the hours you've got. My schedule was so like bad, right? You'd come home, I couldn't sleep, it'd be daytime outside. Now get past that, you go sleep and I'd have it in my head, I'd put alarms on that I'm gonna get up at 1 PM, get things done. And then I know it's
No, that's quite bad, that, to be
and
honest, man.
then just think of it like this: you finish work, you're gonna be back at work the next morning or whatever it is. That's all it was. It was just dog hours, and nevertheless, even with overtime included, working sometimes 6 days a week, I was not even coming out touching £2,000. But that just explains you can work so hard, and obviously working in warehouses, you put so much graft in.
Yeah.
Your body endures like crazy stuff, especially if you're doing night shifts as well. Like you just feel tired, you just want to relax. But now you're constantly working to get parcels, heavy lifting, running around, you know, and just you don't have a break. You don't get to sit down.
Yeah.
You don't get to have a little break and think, yeah, you know what, it'll be alright, and ones will be fine with it. No, it was like you got to hit the target.
Yeah.
You know how it is yourself.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
No, actually, the whole topic is to discuss how it is, and this is exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And anyways, coming across trading was like, first of all, the thing it gave me when getting into it, it gave me a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
When I used to make money off Forex, I used to take the days off for sick sometimes.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that I've made that money.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with it.
I understand that, actually.
Because at least then I could say I've just put that money to, and it was more, I was making more from Forex than what was in my wage, like from Amazon anyway.
Yeah.
And you know, I used to think there's people out there making 40 to 60k. I used to think I want a better career, I want to go up the career line and stuff. And then I was thinking I should have gone uni as well, but I was thinking there's more to uni, there's more to like just working for a company and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can do your own thing as well, and if you play your cards right and if you use your mind correctly, you'll smash it in Forex.
100%. Now, obviously, with myself anyway, before I became a line manager, I was working on the line, dog hours. I'd have to work like literally 7 days a week. Obviously, 2 days were overtime, but we got paid the same amount for overtime as well.
Right.
There was no extra, incentive there or any extra benefits there or bonuses for working overtime.
No overtime bonuses.
No overtime bonuses.
Actually.
Yeah, it was the same hourly pay that you'd get for when if you was to work a normal day as well.
Wow.
And one of my days were Saturday, obviously, so my entire weekend would get eaten up because my normal shift was Sunday to Thursday, I think it was.
Yeah.
Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday off. But I was working through them as well. But yeah, no, honestly, it was absolutely a graft, to say the least. But literally moving over to Forex has been a massive game changer, because seeing the life that I've come from previously, working, I wouldn't even call it a 9 to 5. I'd call it it's a 12-hour shift essentially.
Yeah.
You're doing 12-hour shifts, 7 to basically 6-7 o'clock in the evening there as well, or some days on Sunday as well, 6 o'clock in the morning, working till about the same time, roughly about 5-6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
So doggy shift, but at the end of it, moving over to Forex, I've seen a massive difference. Although I was taking signals at the time, I decided to start learning after a while as well, and then making that massive shift over from working an industry job like that over to Forex. I've started making my entire monthly or even couple of monthly wages that I would in the factory in a single week now, if that makes sense. So alhamdulillah for everything, first of all. We've come a long way, both of us, and we're hopefully looking to take everyone else with us a long way as well.
Now, what I was going to add to is what we've just given there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe indicate to viewers as a sub starter. What I mean by that is you come across Forex videos and you get enticed into these videos like, I used to work 9 to 5 and I've become a Forex trader, right?
Yeah.
At the same time though, we'll give a gist into we also made good money without Forex.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean to say Forex is bad or anything, but it just means that we were sidetracked, for a bit, I'd say. Now, what I mean by that is Virgin Media.
Right.
When we were there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we obviously came across each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to Virgin Media, you know yourself, I think, obviously I'm not going to say it was given phenomenal pay. You'd have to work to get that phenomenal pay, commission based, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was good money.
The money was really good at Virgin Media.
Yeah.
I can't fault it.
Yeah. But at the same time, the downfall of it was the amount of time you should take up.
Yeah.
The amount of hours we'd have to put in.
Yeah.
We got a target to hit.
Yeah. No matter the weather as well. Whether it's sunny, fair enough if it's sunny, I'd happily work during it. Yeah. Rain, storms, snow, hail, you name it, we'd have to be out there knocking the doors. Cold calling is the hardest thing to do in the world as a job. For a sales job, a cold calling sales job is the hardest job, in the world. In my opinion anyway, and I know a lot of people out there agree with me on that point as well.
It's like you have sales, and then the hardest point into sales, you just go into the deep end of it, which is cold calling.
Yeah.
Which is, you got to build yourself on it, you're speaking to people, you might come across them at different times of the day, different type of moods, you're coming across, a lot of scenarios there.
Yeah.
And obviously with it being cold calling, it is very tough, and it is competitive as well. It wasn't just us out there, was it? No. You were coming across other companies, stuff like that, and let's not put in a downer, but Virgin Media had bad rep.
they don't have the best rep at all.
Customer service awful. So we're having to work on the back of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, alhamdulillah, we were killing on sales.
Yeah, we were, alhamdulillah.
But what was the downfall? The timing.
The timing, yeah.
Do you want to add into that in terms of how we were going about it?
Well, to be honest, I think we've kind of dabbled in that on episode 1 as well,
Yeah.
about, you know, the plan that we had in play and stuff like that. But although the hours were slightly different to work in a factory job,
Yeah.
we'd wake up at, you know, 8:30, 9 o'clock, you know, smash out a quick workout, do this, do that, you know,
Yeah.
before we get out onto the doors. We'd link up in the morning.
Yeah, to get started with the day.
Yeah.
And it's just still, even then, like the amount of time we should take on it was crazy. And I always keep obviously emphasizing on time, just because if you don't have time in the world, you can't make time for your own family. You can't take time off of the things you want to do. And it cut out Forex entirely for me. Until I believe, you know, if I was only saying, if we probably didn't both start engaging in the talk of Forex and stuff, I probably never would have got back into it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I was fully out of it. It just meant that it took so much time up. I could not go on charts without having to worry. You've already got a target in your head, and with sales, I was always thinking about targets.
Yeah.
You always get told, don't resolve your life around it, but it's very hard.
You have to revolve your life around.
You do, because you got to wake up, you got to chase webs, you got to chase leads. Not every sale will pull through sometimes. We used to, how many times we used to say to each other, we'll have 2 sales on that day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be a matter of we'll walk out with 0 after such a days of graft.
Yeah.
I'm knocking about not even like under $100. We were pushing to $100 to $200, and that in itself, you walking distances, you got to move streets sometimes. You might have to go to a different city and do it because we've covered one city. There was just a lot into it, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be honest, obviously it was a very target-driven job as well.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of sales that we had to get in the month, sometimes it'd be very difficult to get that, where we'd have to even still work overtime. But once again, you know, overtime would just be strictly commission based anyway.
Yeah. But sidetracking that anyway now.
Yeah.
Why we've gone into that so much is because we'll mention now how Forex is. How it works with time, what it literally requires.
Yeah.
You don't need to have a degree or anything in it.
You don't.
You know, we've gone to school our lives, but we'll touch into that part later on. But you know, we've gone to school and we've learned all this, you know, learn all that. But once again, we'll dwell into all that later. So coming back onto Forex, we'll compare to how much time it takes.
Yeah.
Out of your day anyway.
Yeah.
Plus, we're not worrying about Saturday or Sundays anyway. How much time in the charts? We've already dwelled into what you need to learn about it.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how it compares and what's the like time on it. So, give me an insight of what it takes for you in a day to like get into Forex, trading, marking the charts.
Well,
and withdrawals as well, I'd say.
100%. So marking up the charts, I'd say it takes no longer than about 10-15 minutes.
Right.
You can get cracking with it at any point, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, I'd say about 10-15 minutes marking up the charts.
Yeah.
I'd say about I mean, withdrawals anyway, it just depends on how you withdraw it. I mean, myself anyway, I always tend to withdraw towards the end of the Forex day, which is about 10:30, 11 p.m, when the markets just open up again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then my withdrawal will be in my bank account the next day, if that makes sense. But yeah, it kind of just depends, to be honest. But with marking up charts and stuff like that, I'd say about 10-15 minutes marking up charts. Sending out the signals there in the Telegram channel there as well. Not much time at all. Obviously, it takes a bit more time for us because we are providers for our community at the end of the day.
What I said.
Yeah, it takes up a bit more time and effort for ourselves because we do have to provide with, you know, analysis, our research, news as well. We have to watch a lot of different factors.
Yeah.
Whereas our community, they just have to, you know, wait for our update to come out and basically stop on, you know, the trade, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, with us anyway, I'd say, well, with myself, and I know the same thing for yourself there as well. About 10-15 minutes marking up the charts, and I'd say about another couple of hours during the day, break it up a bit here and there as well, of updating the charts and, you know, updating our
We've obviously got admin work as well.
Yeah.
We're catching up with people, checking up how they're doing.
Yeah.
Obviously growing the channel, we're doing podcasts, you know, we're doing a lot of stuff. We've got a lot of ideas out there we're still planning on implementing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to take time, but that's not forex taking up time. That's obviously us doing our own thing as well.
Yeah.
That's a business. That's what's going to come with it. But it all works out in the end.
It definitely does.
With charts in itself, though, yeah, you're gonna find this. I don't know if this is completely normal, but it took me like when I first came across forex.
Yeah.
Obviously, we use TradingView, don't we?
Yeah.
Now, when I got onto TradingView, it took me like say 40 to 45 minutes to do a proper markup.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you why that is. Not because it was hard to use. It was just because it was a new platform.
Yeah.
It's just getting to learn how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure out how do you do the right trend lines, putting trend lines in, how to use the indicators, and but once you get the hang of it, it's like getting a new phone.
Yeah.
When you get an iPhone, it's not you can know how to go on the apps or take a take a photo sometimes and stuff. Just like getting the hands of it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it takes 15 minutes now. It does, yeah.
Yeah.
But before then, when I was learning, it would take me a while.
Yeah.
To just do that. But even then, take that out of the way anyway.
Yeah.
Once you've done the markup, it's simple as going into meta codes and placing your trade.
Literally.
And that doesn't take any time whatsoever. You just inputting where you're gonna enter your take profit, your stop loss, and that's it. You don't even mark up on there as well.
Yeah.
But literally analysis, trade, and then obviously at the end of the week you're going into your own journal and then putting on like how many pips you've gained.
Yeah.
Your risk to reward ratio. And I don't know about you probably would do this yourself anyway, but risk management,
Yeah.
which we all do. Looking how much lots we used, making sure if we're on anyways back then it was funded for me, I know it was for you as well, how much we're risking, because it's funded, if you go over too much on drawdown and stuff, you blow the account.
Yeah.
And then that's you restarting your progress again.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, compare that to what now we're just talking about, warehouses, sales as well. It's a lot. But
Definitely is, man.
The forex side of it, it's probably what hour, 2 hours of your time a day.
Yeah.
Not even that.
Yeah.
Then that gives you all the other time in the world to do everything else.
Yeah.
What's making
money from market moves.
money? Yeah, Wi-Fi money, as I say.
Wi-Fi money. Should we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, why not?
Why psychology matters.
Right, I know we talked a little about this on last episode.
Yeah, there's a few subtopics here that we can go off of, such as greed, revenge trading, fear in the markets. Now, one thing I did notice a lot with a lot of people out there, what they tend to do with market psychology anyway, is they tend to, when they place one of our trades, for example, when they look at our analysis, let's say for example, not every trade is going to be a winning trade. First of all, everyone in forex knows this. Not every single trade is going to be a winning trade. I mean, if it was, then
we'd all be rich.
Yeah, every single person would be millionaires or even billionaires in the world.
Unless you're a forex guru and you just claim to go 100% win rate, then it's different, isn't it?
Like ManbaFX,
yeah. ManbaFX.
But no, honestly, shitting on ManbaFX to a side for a second. Let's go back onto that market psychology. One thing I've realised a lot of people do is, when we've placed this, our analysis in the chart, and someone goes off of our analysis, they place the exact entry point, buy limit, sell limit, whatever it is, SL, take profit.
Yeah.
As soon as that trade gets triggered, as soon as it's active, it goes into drawdown. For example, let's say if it doesn't, if it's not sniper entry, and it goes into drawdown slightly, or even comes towards the SL, the stop loss for a minute, people have that hope that it's going to come back up eventually and eventually hit the TP. But let's say if it was a beautiful snipe entry and it bounces straight towards the TP, before it's there, or as soon as they see a bit of profit, they start having alerts in their head thinking, right, I see profit here, do I let it run, do I let it stop, do I let it run, do I let it stop? Whereas if it was in SL, it's the complete opposite. They always think, okay, it's in SL, hopefully it comes back up, hopefully it comes back up, hopefully it comes back up.
Yeah.
Eventually it might even end up hitting SL.
Yeah.
There has been trades out there where we have smashed it, where it's come towards SL, but because of our precision, it's come approximately 8 to 5 pips even away from our stop loss.
And raw spreads as well.
Raw spreads, it comes all the way back up and smashes our TP. But let's say if we wasn't in the position that we were to provide analysis and provide market research for ourselves to our community, and we were on the other receiving end where we were receiving the analysis, let's say if it was coming towards stop loss, we think in our heads, right, okay, we need that hope, we need to keep in this trade, we need to keep in this trade. But if it was moving towards TP or even eventually in profit, even the slightest, I'd be considering, getting out of the trade earlier, not waiting out as much as I would wait it out if I was already in stop loss or moving towards my minuses, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, let's give examples. We've all been beginners in the game of Forex.
Yeah.
I'll give an example of when I used to suffer real bad psychology and I used to be real bad at it.
Yeah.
One time is, I remember when driving to work, there would always be a lot of volume. Now obviously, you got New York sessions starting around 1:30 p.m. and stuff like that, London in the morning.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when I used to go to work back then anyway, 6:30 p.m, I used to set off for work.
Yeah.
But I used to always mark up then as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it was, but gold at the time then were volatile at them times.
Right.
It could be due to anything. It could have been. Now I'm not gonna say it was news. I never should trade news anyway. But there was always so much volume going into gold, which makes it good to trade around the clock. But when I used to place trades, one thing I could never do back then anyway, which I feel like I've mastered now, is set and forget.
Right.
Which means I can place a trade, place my phone in my pocket, and say to myself, if it hits SL, it hits SL. If it hits TP, it's TP.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the results, and as long as I've done my analysis correct, I'm happy with the results. I kid you not, every time it'd be a matter of I'd constantly pull my phone out.
Yeah.
I'm checking the charts. I'm checking the trade itself, and I used to be in stop loss at times, and that would just make me check the phone even more.
Yeah.
And it was something like, I'd say it wasn't healthy at all.
Yeah.
It takes a toll when you keep on doing it too many times, because then it what evolves into revenge trading, greed as well.
Yeah.
So give me an example of a time when you probably had bad psychology at a time.
Bad psychology I had, one thing it took a very long time for me to learn as well was, let's say if a trade did end up hitting stop loss, let's say if I wasn't placing the correct risk management or anything, and it wiped out quite a lot of my money.
Yeah.
For example, I'd revenge trade very, very hard. Now I'm not even lying to you, bro. Let's say if it smashed my stop loss and it eventually came to a point where I was thinking, right, I've just lost all this money, how am I going to get it back? What am I going to do? How do I fight this off?
Yeah.
And instantly start placing trade after trade after trade, trying to get that money back up, trying to get back to where I was originally, but it always just keep messing up. It keep hitting my stop losses. At the beginning of my trading career, I wouldn't even think about the stop loss.
Really?
I'd only think about take profits, because I'd always think whenever I place a trade it's going to go, but a lot of the time it's come all the way down, crashing down, and this is where it brings me to a point where I mentioned in the previous episode, I blew so many accounts as well, because I was not placing stop losses, and I always had that thought in my head that market's going to flip. I've got that hope in my head, market's going to flip, it's going to come back to my entry and just keep pouncing up, keep going up, smashing profits. That's how I kept blowing accounts. That's how I kept losing my money as well, because I didn't focus on stop losses first, and I used to always focus on take profits.
Yeah.
Now, because I've mastered that psychology there as well, and we have to master that psychology in the markets anyway, to provide signals or analysis for our community. Now I'm focusing a lot more on the stop loss before I even do for the take profits.
Yeah.
That's simply because of the fact that I'm putting that risk management into my head, making sure that if, for example, like let's say the trade does drop down, I'm risking only a certain amount of my profits or my balance anyway. Before
rather than losing the account itself.
Exactly, yeah. I'm focusing a lot more on stop losses now, and this is one thing I preach to every single person in our community as well. Focus 10 times more on your stop loss and your risk management than you do for your profits and your take profits.
Especially when you're entering the trade, make sure your SL is set first.
Yeah.
You can set the price, you can set the take TP, will profit regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make sure your SL is placed.
Yeah.
Because if it isn't, then you blow your account and then you're gonna go on an absolute revenge trading spree. It happens to the best of people sometimes.
Yeah.
Now that in itself is a lesson for everyone.
Yeah.
These are like things to take, and don't make the same mistake.
Yeah.
Because
we've been through the mistakes.
literally.
We've been through every single thing that forex traders have been through since the beginning.
Yeah.
Every single mistake you can think of, we've been through that.
Yeah.
We've mastered that stuff. Now we're providing analysis and support, one-to-one support, help for our community, just so they don't go through the same sort of mistakes that we did when we first started.
Yeah. I wanted to touch on something. That's if you can remember it though.
Yeah.
It was from today earlier. Now I'm not going to mention his full name, but I'll say Jay.
Right.
Jay mentioned this.
Right.
Something in reference to psychology. Can you remember what it was? I don't know.
Go on.
No, after you.
No, what was that?
So you mentioned, you read this out to me early today. Jay basically is one of our members in our VIP.
Yeah.
He gets one-to-one support all the time, but he did mention something very crucial in regards to stop loss. Can you remember it?
I mean, to be honest, we've received that many messages. It's quite difficult. Just go ahead, explain.
I can't remember it, so I'm asking you.
Let me pull it up.
I was going to say pull it out on your phone, see if you can find it.
Let's have a look.
And you said it's a very important point, this. And it relates to psychology as well. But it's like, obviously things like this, it'll make you a better trader as well. And we've even dropped out, well, it's not even that, well, it is our own, but there's hundreds of psychology books out there that, you'll get knowledge on, support on, and it'll make you a better trader in the end as well.
Just take a look at that, have a read through it.
Right.
If you know what part you're talking about. Because I don't want to read
It was this one, and literally this one I'm just pointing at.
Yeah.
You mentioned the fact that it's a very important point that he did cross upon.
Right.
If you can't remember anyway, it's obviously to relate to psychology, and we're just talking about stop loss, why it's important. We focus more on the take profit sometimes than the stop loss itself.
Right.
But it was us talking about that, and it was just that one of our members mentioned that today.
Yeah.
And that's something he learned himself. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just crazy how it ties in with what we're speaking about today as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of psychology as a whole, is there anything else you want to add to it?
Not really, no. I do just need to quickly update the VIP community there.
Yeah, go for it.
trades. Because I've just seen it smashed and it's running at the moment 140 pips at the moment. So
see, this what happens. Look where we are right now. We're shooting a video, and in this world of business, we've got trades to manage. We've got community to feed with signals and stuff as well. But nevertheless, it's a good community. Come check it out for yourselves. I'm going to mention this in the videos to come as well. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. If it's something you don't like, by all means, leave it. But I'd say hang around in it, see how it is for you. You'll realise it's nothing compared to other signal groups out there. We're not getting you to deposit into these brokers, and we're going to send you losing trades so we can profit off them. It's something you can benefit yourselves from as well. You're also learning of our analysis, what we take the trades off, how do we trade gold. We're even trading currency pairs, which we wanted to stay away from, but we're trialing it at the moment, seeing how our strategy plays out on other pairs. GBP USD, USD JPY, also I believe Bitcoin as well. Am I right in saying that?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you going over what we provide?
No, what we providing, yes, gold. We do gold trades on a daily basis, but I'm saying what we're dwelling into, other currency pairs.
Yeah,
GBP,
of course.
USD.
So if you jump into our channel, we're going over GBP, JPY.
Yeah.
Going over Euro as well there as well. Euros / Australian dollar.
Yeah.
Going over Bitcoin there as well. SPX 500.
Yeah.
Ethereum, US dollar. We're doing a lot of things at the same time, and it kind of just brings everyone together in a sense there as well. Because let's say if there are traders out there that trade gold, for example, and there's other traders that trade different currency pairs such as GBP, JPY, we're dwelling into them sort of markets there as well, and we're mastering them at the same time. And alhamdulillah, so far our trades, our analysis for these different currency pairs, even the cryptocurrency pairs there as well, they're absolutely killing it. We're hitting 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 4,000 pips sometimes. Look through the chart, look through the free channel there as well. We're posting regular updates, forwarding our messages from our VIP channels over to the free channel, so everyone has an insight of what sort of trades we are smashing, what sort of trades sometimes we will end up hitting stop loss on, and all sorts of things. But yeah, we are dwelling into all sorts of different currencies there.
Also with the GC, it's a good place to be as well. You're not just getting signals and just waiting on signals. You can talk with each other on the VIP GC.
Yeah.
You got people there who have probably gone through a bad experience. Some people have gone through a good experience.
Yeah.
We've got a mother with 2 children.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mention her name obviously, but I'll give it to her. She's getting on them trades herself. She's finding time in the day.
Yeah.
You get different people.
Let's have a look here. So, why most people never learn finance?
Yeah.
Now, this is a massive one.
It is a massive one, man.
And it ties into me personally. I think it ties into government. It ties into school, education, all that stuff. Do you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, sure. Now, we've all been to school. We have.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to sixth form. What have you been to yourself? You've been to school, high school, college.
Max, I went towards college.
Yeah. Now, with sixth form, I stopped there.
Yeah.
Because me personally, anyway, after all the learning, after all the grades I got given, and alhamdulillah, I got good grades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for maths, I'm pretty bad at maths, I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't something I was really good in, but anyways, in regards to it, not once did I ever learn about the market exchange, forex. You learn about finances in the world.
I don't think I learned about finances either, man. I'll be honest with you.
Well, in sixth form anyway, we did have finance the subject. You have business, you have finance, but it's not the finance you expect.
Right.
It's not like you're going to learn forex, you're going to learn about houses, you're not going to learn about mortgages, you're not even going to learn about taxes as well.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to it, it's a very crucial matter because you spend so much of your time and in your whole life going to school anyway.
Yeah.
And they don't teach you about any of this.
They don't.
And obviously it's run by government in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like they don't include it, it's such a good subject to teach into, but it makes you think, why don't they talk about it?
To be honest, man, it baffles me as well to an extent. I feel like they're just trying to keep everyone under wraps, basically under ropes.
Right.
And keeping on everyone, make sure everyone's doing the right thing first of all.
Yeah.
Because if people start dabbling into finances and stuff like that, I don't even know, man. I'll be honest with you. Me personally, never learned about it once in school, finances or markets or different things like that. Obviously, there'll be the here and there subject, like you mentioned, relating to finances and stuff because you can learn it, obviously.
Yeah.
But they don't teach you that like during your secondary school. Obviously, you're not going to learn it during primary school.
No.
That's it's a bit stupid if you were going to learn it then. But during secondary school, when it matters to you the most, they don't teach you it.
Yeah.
They don't prepare you for the outside world whatsoever.
100%.
Now, me personally, I feel like with my education, I went to college. What I learned in college was business and IT.
Yeah.
Never once touched the finance side of things, but that's simply because of the fact that I never learned about it before.
Right.
I wasn't opened up to the world as much as I was now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like, schools out there, secondary school education in a whole, me personally, although I did alright at it, I feel like it doesn't matter whatsoever.
In terms of knowledge you learn in school?
In terms of like finance.
Yeah, the finance.
In terms of money, how to manage your money, different things around the world which you can do with your money, how to invest, do this, do that, things like that. You don't learn any of it.
If you think about it this way, like I remember when the day I left sixth form and they all started like springing to my head, even though like I felt like I was so indulged into sixth form studying and everything else. It's like, what happens when you're just gonna leave it? You're gonna either go to all you have in your head is two things with school emphasize on. After sixth form is either uni or do an apprenticeship. Yeah. Right? Yes, you're gonna get a job. You're gonna get into the world of working and stuff as well. Yeah. But do you get taught about taxes? Do you get taught about tax brackets and stuff, the general idea of it all, how it works to have your own business? I never got taught that, and I know you didn't as well. I know schools still to this day do not teach anything about having your own business and how to manage your own business, what skills you can use to have your own business, and even forex as well, or drop shipping. There's so much ideas out there that like Amazon in itself is a massive drop shipping thing. You did drop shipping yourself, didn't you? I did do drop shipping at one point. We'll go into that in a minute. And but it's not something I learned from school. Yes, you might have been with your friends and you might have heard like, yo, I seen this online the other day, or like that's the only way I'd ever come across it. It's not like a teacher would tell me in school or a certain subject would mention the fact of forex and it'd be something I'd spring my hand up and say, what's that then? There was never any of that. There was never any curiosity or any ideas ever created in school for me to think, I'm gonna leave here and have something for myself in the future.
Yeah.
Coming out of school, and I don't know, I used to be going to sixth form, and I used to really think to myself at the time. Now looking back at it, why did I even go? Why did I waste a lot of time there?
Yeah.
Because I was optional. I could have just left school and started working straight away.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same for you about college, but then again at the same time as well, if you're 16, it's hard to get into a job. You have to be 18 at most to get
Yeah.
into jobs. So I think that's the reason why. But I never had in my head that I'm going to become a doctor than this, or the fact that I'm doing IT, I'm going to become someone who's doing cybersecurity in the future. Or I never had any of that. I didn't have a clue to where to go into life.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that after school I just started working, and then it's just that I had to indulge myself into forex myself.
Yeah.
And other ideas, drop shipping, to get an idea of what I'm going to do with my life, or start my own business.
Yeah.
Now, how was it? Like, obviously, I know college and sixth form, they are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like college is more like pick extra subjects. I feel like sixth form is just an additional, how to say it, it's like having, let's put in forex terms anyway, you've got an advanced course, and you've got a beginner's course. I feel like it's like high school's a beginner's course to it, then sixth form's just advancing it, if that makes sense. The skills you've already just learned, or the skills that they claim you've just learned.
Now, me personally, what I think on that is, I feel like college is like a BTEC version of sixth form.
Right.
I'll be straightforward with you. Simple reason being is because when I was in college, it wasn't the best college. You had a lot of people that used to just go around and mess about, do this, do that. Obviously, here and there, I'd mess about as well.
Yeah.
You're young. You're gonna do that sort of stuff, unless you're one of those nerds or something. But not be straightforward, bro. Unless you're one of those nerds that just crack on in the corner, with your glasses on, with your backpack on, just typing away, doing this, that, bro. Unless you're one of those sort of people, then fair enough, man. But I'll be straightforward with you. What, in my opinion, college is like a BTEC version of sixth form. My thought process behind that is because of the college I went to,
right?
Because of the people that I was surrounded by in there as well. Compared to if I was to go to sixth form, I feel like I would have learned a lot more in sixth form than college. But you don't learn anything to do with markets or anything like that, or money management, or nothing that prepares you for the outside world until you actually get out there yourself, get away from school, get away from education, start working, start looking into different things, doing this, doing forex, for example, as well.
It's basically just doing what the government wants you to do, getting to jobs that they need you to do.
Yeah.
NHS.
Yeah.
You've got, like I mentioned, cybersecurity, police officers, and whatever it may be. It's what the government wants you to do, get into them jobs.
Yeah.
Not the idea of start your own thing.
Yeah.
Go down your own path and use the skills that you just learn and do your own thing.
Now, what would make everything and everyone so much more successful is if, let's say, schools brought out a program,
right,
or colleges brought out a program where they sat everyone down, or everyone that wanted to opt into something like that, and make them all start their own business.
Yeah.
Guide them through every single thing, every single part of the procedure. Choose what business they want to get into first of all.
Yeah.
For example, forex or even drop shipping, like you've done before. Let's say if I wanted to jump into drop shipping, I'd mention I want to opt in and I want to build a business based around drop shipping, for example. Let's say the education system fully supported me, guided me towards that. I feel like that'd make things a lot more successful.
Yeah.
But because they don't do things like that, I feel like it's just what's the term now? Is it rat race or something?
Yeah. The Matrix, rat race, that's what they throw out there.
Yeah.
Now, I want to emphasize, this is me personally, I don't have anything against people who go to uni or do what they want to do with their lives in terms of, becoming a teacher, for example, a doctor, an optician, anything. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say to someone, you shouldn't go and learn this in school to become an accountant or anything.
Yeah.
That's fine. The only problem I have is what school has taught.
Yeah.
It's very limited.
Yeah.
It's not ideal for everyone.
Yeah.
They try and make it that we'll get a bunch of people and we'll give them this ideology or how you should go about working.
Yeah.
When you leave school, you realize there's so much potential out there into other aspects of life, which you don't have to follow going by school.
Yeah.
And going on to your point on the difference between college and sixth form, anyway, I feel like sixth form in a way just feels more academic. We've got more of a suit type uniform and
Yeah, so it's more prestigious. put it like that.
prestigious. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not obviously private school or anything.
Yeah.
It's just that that's the way it's been made, and
Yeah.
yeah, man. Even that in itself is pretty bad if you think about it.
Mhm.
You know, it just puts other students from like a college off.
Yeah.
It doesn't, you know, create a good idea or a good picture in my opinion anyway. But
Mhm.
that's just to dwell into school in itself and
The education
Yeah.
system. Now, obviously, I had the opportunity to go to uni.
yeah,
There's a few reasons why I didn't go to uni. One of them simply being the fact that, you know, let's say if I did go to uni and I studied a subject in uni, spend another 4 to 8 years of my life in the
Yeah.
education system, what are the chances of me coming out of university, coming out with a degree and getting the job that I really wanted?
yeah,
A good 80% of people in the world, when they attend uni, they don't come out with the job that they really want.
Yeah.
No matter what degree you choose, you know, a lot of people, a lot of jobs nowadays, they look for experience. They look for, you know, how long you've been inside the industry before before you join their business or, you know, before you work for them, for example. That was one of the reasons. Another one was I didn't want to get into such a massive debt on my
Yeah.
own. You know, 40, 50 grand, however much it is, 60, 70, whatever course you're doing, depending on how many years you do it.
exactly. It differs, doesn't it? But still there.
Exactly. You get into a massive amount of debt, and it's something that I really did not want to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You could put that money, let's say if you were to take up a uni course,
Yeah.
that over the span of 4 years, you receive about 40, 50 grand from it, for example. And what's the 40, 50 grand course? A 40, 50 grand course. Imagine if you had that money in real life and you put it towards investments,
Yeah.
like such as physical gold, or even, you know, markets,
Or even buying your own house.
buying your own house, mortgages, real estate. You can get into so much more sort of things and earn a lot more money from those sort of investments than you were to go to uni and
Yeah.
study for the next 4 to 8 years of your life and then come out with a piece of paper that just says, yeah, I've passed this qualification
Yeah.
for 40, 50 grand. It's literally just an A4 piece of paper, whatever you want to call it.
That is true.
Now, let's say if we didn't go to uni and we spent them 4 to 8 years inside the rat race, for example, 9 to 5 job, you could earn a lot more, a 10 times better position than you would if you were to go to uni and come out of uni.
And you'd find more opportunities.
Exactly, because you'd have that experience there. You'd build yourself up, get promoted, do different things, become a manager eventually one time as well. But let's say if you went to uni for that amount of time, you'd come out right at the bottom of the, you know,
Yeah.
right at the bottom of the graph.
That's
basically
where you
bottom of the
become.
tree.
That's where you start to compete with somebody who's been there already.
Yeah.
They've got the experience.
Yeah.
They've got what people are looking for nowadays. It's an easy pick
Exactly.
compared to what you just said, an A4 piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the same idea why I never picked uni.
Yeah.
Now I won't name and shame people, but I know so many people and people that I've known from sixth form that have gone to uni.
Yeah.
Majority of them
Mhm.
dropped out within the first 2 years.
Yeah.
A lot of them went to just piss about.
Yeah.
You know, do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I've known a lot of people who've got into like wanting to become things in life and
Yeah.
they've not even hit them. They've told me themselves it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's positives to uni. There is. I'm not saying there isn't. But if you think about the way the system is at the moment, like you said, you could come out with that A4 piece of paper, have a diploma, have everything in it.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get a job. You know, it's very hard because you'd rather get someone who's got experience.
Yeah.
Compared to someone who's just, you know, came out of uni, they're fresh, they've just learned everything in there.
Yeah.
Whereas someone's had first-hand experience on it.
Mhm.
You know, you could learn how to use a machine, but you'd rather have that person who's, you know, already been on the machines.
Yeah.
You know, and this is just an example I'm using. Like, if they've already learned how to use the ins and outs of it, what's the point in learning? You've learned it. You might have learned it, it's in your head.
Yeah.
But you've got to go have hands-on experience. You've got to do the practical side of it.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody who's, you know, gone out there and worked their way up, they would have already just done that.
Yeah.
And then people come out of uni complaining it's hard to find jobs. It's a very difficult market out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's some people who have either just, in this country I know anyway, they get, obviously there's immigration, there's a lot of people who come from abroad,
Yeah.
come for opportunities here.
Mhm.
And I know it's a very hot topic in itself, I won't dwell into it too much, where if you get the idea of British people saying they come here, take our jobs and stuff, you know, in itself it's just a competitive market.
Yeah.
And uni itself, you're going to end up in debt. You're like 4 to 8 years behind now
Yeah.
in competition.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Let's say you come out with that paper, A4 piece of paper, and say, yeah, I've got a diploma in this. It's very hard to say to yourself, in my opinion, I'm just putting myself in my shoes if I was to say, I've just finished uni now, to say, I'm going to start my own thing now.
Yeah.
Because you're going to think, what have I just done for the last 4 to 8 years?
Yeah.
I've just put in all that graft to just say now, you know what, let's leave that aside and let's not chase this opportunity of a job that I can get now with a piece of paper and start my own thing. It puts you behind, that's what it does.
It definitely does.
Now, yes, there's some people I've seen being successful, and alhamdulillah for them, you know.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
You know, there's people who have been successful, but it just shows that you can do more with your life than do, you know, with what you can with uni and stuff.
Yeah. You do a lot more with your life than you can if you was to stay in the education system.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that brings me up to the next point that I wanted to make anyway. Obviously, I know the answer for yourself. You know the answer for me, obviously, there as well. But let's say if a third person was here, for example, what would they rather choose? Any sort of degree in the world they could choose from, you know, however long it takes, 4 to 8 years, whatever it is.
Right.
Let's say they could choose any degree in the world, spend 4 to 8 years in their life, come out with that degree, and you know, take up a job that you know that benefits them.
Yeah, that's in that industry.
Yeah, that's in that industry. Obviously, using a degree to their advantage. Come out as soon as you come out of uni, jump into that job and start working, or would you rather jump on, spend them 4 to 8 years learning forex, learning the ins and outs, learning every single thing, every single piece of information there is to learn about forex, use a strategy, build on it, master it, and smash the markets out?
Simple answer is forex.
Literally.
And what I'm going to also add into that is there's something called determination.
Yeah.
You will get a lot of people quitting forex as well.
Yeah.
But it's because of the fact that they've not followed things correctly.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes, forex is not for everyone, but it doesn't require a brain. It doesn't require a degree.
No.
It doesn't require you to say you need to match these requirements and, you know, fit a test in and say you can do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get examined on it. There's people with, they have IQ tests in the world nowadays and stuff. There's people with little to no IQ that can do forex.
Literally.
You know, it doesn't matter, you know, you're not going to go for a background check, what background colour you know, what religion you come from.
Yeah.
You got to look at all that into job markets, don't you?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not like people go to uni and they just succeed like that. There's people who quit uni as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got more obstacles with uni and the, you know, course of that. But
Yeah.
it'd be simple answer, be forex.
100%. Let's have a look here. Right, next topic here. People only learn when they start struggling financially. It kind of ties into, you know, the topic we've just discussed a bit.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to say a little on it, but I want you to deep dive into it.
Right.
I'm just going to say, yeah, I believe it's true.
Right.
Because I feel as though when someone is struggling in life, whether they got debt, whether they got problems in life, they are going to look to other means of resort to make that money. And sometimes even they'll get the idea of getting rich quick comes into that as well.
Yeah.
Because you want to like get out of that debt so quick, you want to, but sometimes it can throw you into a further debt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do believe in that. People will look to other type of finances or the opportunities out there when they struggle with their own finances at home or whether it may be personal life. Yeah. Now, what are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts on it are exactly the same as yours. I know quite a few people out there, myself personally, that are, you know, struggling with debt.
Yeah.
And they're trying their best, you know, to find out what sort of ways they can make as much money as possible, as quick as possible to pay off their debts. But the thing is with that, when they start, let's say a third person, they're struggling with debt, they looked into other ways, you know, unethical or ethical, for example, they looked into other ways that, you know, that help them make a lot more money. They don't tend to keep that money whatsoever.
Yeah.
They'd either spend it on, you know, stupid things, or, you know, different sort of things that won't benefit them in the long run, but just give them pleasure short term, if that makes sense. And yeah, man, I'll be straightforward with you. It's very true, that statement. But you've just got to, as a person, let's say if I was a person that was in a lot of debt and I was to, you know, find out other means of, you know, money, how to make money, this, that, for example, forex markets, you've got to use them sort of funds accordingly and very wisely, in my opinion. First of all, pay off your debts, because in Islam, you know, we're both Muslim. A lot of people that, you know, are out there are Muslim as well. we all know that if you was to die with debts, you're going straight to hell.
Yeah.
Pay as soon as you make that money, pay off your debts as soon as possible, and start stacking your P, start investing it. You know, buy gold, buy take up different assets, buy houses even.
Obviously, spend according to your wealth. That's what the saying goes. You know, don't start. As soon as you start seeing money come into your life, don't start blowing it out.
Yeah.
Spend it accordingly. Spend it according to your wealth.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a rich man, spend as a rich man. If you're a poor man, spend as a poor man.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
If you're a poor man, don't spend it like a rich man trying to wear rich or, you know, going out all on a car or something.
Yeah.
Spend according to your means.
Yeah.
You know, that's the best way to go about it.
100%. And another point is, God will never burden a soul more than what they can handle as well.
100%. Best saying there is.
Yeah.
You know, we always believe in patience, sabr.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can work so hard, you can put so much effort into something and you won't see the results straight away.
Yeah.
But you never know, it could be the next second, the next minute, the next day, the next month, the next year.
Yeah.
You'll see the results.
Yeah.
It's a matter of patience. There's a reason why we're put on this earth to get tested.
Yeah.
And I want to reiterate this because you've reminded me of something. Being on this world is a test and everything else, yeah. We won't dive into, you know, religion as too much, but
yeah.
I just want to say, obviously, look, I know this for myself, and I know this for myself as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we do Forex? Why do we do all, you know, to get financially free? We do it so we can get freedom.
Yeah.
I'm not all about having 10, 15 supercars parked outside my house and massive mansion.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah if it comes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not going to turn it down or, you know, anything, but it's also to make our parents financially free as well.
Yeah.
You know that yourself and I know that myself. You know.
Now, let's sidetrack from that for a minute, yeah? Let's go on to a point. Let's say you need these influencers out in the world and that they flaunt the money.
Yeah.
They show their cars, they show their mansions, this, that. One thing I've always learned, and one thing that, you know, is stuck with me ever since I was young anyway, is, let's say you're eating food, you're eating, and you eat with your mouth open, for example, and your parents tell you off, say, don't eat with your mouth open.
Yeah.
Close your mouth and eat at the same time. Take that into consideration with money, for example, when you're making money.
Yeah.
When you're making money, you're eating.
Yeah.
You're making that money. Don't spread it out to the world. You know, keep your mouth closed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Keep your mouth closed while you're eating.
100%. Don't, you know, spread the information out there. Or doesn't need to go into another man's ears or another person's ears and for them to hear that.
Yeah.
Type of information and stuff. But it's all good points, and if you take these points on board, you'll honestly learn from them. Definitely.
Now, obviously, one person I'd be able to shit on most on that again is MambaFX. Honestly, I'll be straightforward with you. He scams a lot of people, man, and I really don't like it whatsoever.
Nah, scamming is the worst thing you can do.
Now, let's say if this, you know, podcast ended up for whatever reason in a different world or a different universe, for example, if this podcast turned out where he ended up, you know, hearing about it, for example. For example, let's say if it got out there and, you know, he heard about us, you know, finessing Capone, both talking shit on MambaFX, is he going to care? No. Simple reason being is because he's making that much money. He's, you know, scamming a lot of people. Yeah. He's using everyone else's money to benefit himself. Purchase 15, 20 monitors, have them all set up, take a video of it, flaunt his lifestyle, buy a car with other people's money.
Even, you know, the houses you just stay at.
Yeah.
When, bear in mind, like you going back to when you're saying the videos and stuff, there's people out there having like videos with, I'd say, not a million of views, but 120k, 150k views, and you still won't care.
Yeah.
Now, on top of that, you don't get into his yards and stuff. First of all his houses I just get are leases.
Seriously?
So you reckon how many houses he moves from time to time?
I'm liking this combo, man.
He does say, yeah, I just copped it out for $7 million and stuff. No, not really. He leases every house he goes to.
Lease
them.
Wow.
That's the term they use anyway, well, what Americans use.
Yeah.
That's from them exposing MambaFX.
Yeah.
They've got evidence for that as well. You know, but let's not get too much into him. You know, he's a scammer at the end of the day. He's gonna, what we can do anyway is get people to avoid people like him. Yeah. That do stuff like that, because it is scummy behaviour.
It is, man. I'm saying I want to put this segment at the front of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm personally going to clip this out and put it at the front of the podcast. For everyone that's watching this, first of all, don't be scammed by different providers. Don't be scammed by different influencers out there as well.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're taking your due diligence to learn about exactly what you're getting into. First of all, everything we say is not financial advice. Take everything on board that we are saying first of all, but we're not saying it for financial advice anyway. But what makes us different compared to every single other influencer out there is simple reasons being is because first of all, we don't look at the fact that we make money. We don't we're not like any other influencers. We don't care about our community. We care about our community a lot. We take everything on board. We spend the time and effort on our community, reaching out to every single person and making sure everyone's doing well, and we provide the best analysis out there with the analysis that we provide with our chart markups, research, news, everything. I'd just like to take this time to promote our Telegram channel for a minute. Links in bio. Join the Telegram channel whilst you're here. Check us out. If you like it, join up. Read on the charts, the chat's there as well. See what we're about, and from there you'll be able to realise we're not like any other signal provider out there.
You're not going to get an automated response saying you've just joined. We've had that a few times on the way.
Yeah.
You get automated responses and you just click start now, and it's just a matter of getting in there and you just get left to it.
Literally, we're not throwing you into the deep end. Don't worry, we're not like any other influencer out there where we're just going to dash you out, make you subscribe to our channel and leave you, in the bin, for example. We're not like ManBFX, we're not like anyone else out there. Check it out for yourself, read up on it, see what we do, see what we're about, and from there it's your own decision to, take it upon yourself.
Yeah, and I can't remember your name, but we've seen your comment from our last video.
Was it Gary Wood?
Gary Wood,
yeah.
Gary Wood, I know you've got an idea of also signal groups are getting, was it too far, I believe, or something, they're getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Now, you're right in saying that, and it's true, that's what the industry is becoming. Now, this is where we want to shine through that and say, have a look into the channel.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I keep reiterating, click into it. It's not going to rob your money if you click the link. Come see it for yourself. There's other individuals who have come from bad experience signal providers, which we can even screenshot and send you as proof as well. People that have said, I was in so-and-so channel before, coming to yours, it's been a complete change.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking to do. Change people's lives, give them some information, feed them knowledge as well. It's not just always about signals. Yes, we do pay a price for VIP, but that's completely normal. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Don't want to reiterate on that. Let's not put it out there where this, there's not a VIP, there's not a price. Of course there's a price, and there's a price to everything in life.
Yeah.
If you want to succeed, if you want to take risks in life, it takes, obviously it's going to take money, but you're not looking to pay $1,000, $4.5 for a course or anything, nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's 50 quid a month and you get all that knowledge tied into one.
Yeah. Now, going off our previous podcast episode, we had a comment saying, brilliant video, definitely has inspired me to never give up, keep them coming.
Yeah. That for our first video, that was an eye-opener as well.
Yeah.
Seeing just that from an individual just commenting on the video, and I didn't expect it to. Obviously, it's not going to get millions of views. It's not going to get 1,000. It's the first video to go on the podcast. Then you get some good comments in there. Shows that we're doing something right.
Yeah.
And speaking about something right as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, going into social media, going online, you are going to get haters as well.
Yeah, of course.
That will hate regardless.
Yeah.
Now, yes, there's haters you can agree on that say they're hating, but they're hating for a reason. But if you see someone hating on the fact that we're speaking truth, then there's something, going wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
Might be some from ManBFX I've just caught us speaking about it and just thought, let me just comment on these lots of videos.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that's the world out there, isn't it?
Now with that comment, obviously a brilliant video. Thank you so much, S. Ali. Thank you so much for the comment. Definitely has inspired me to never give up. Keep them coming. Look, all you've got to do is join the Telegram channel, check it out for yourself, enjoy it, and then take it upon yourself to jump into our VIP program. There is limited spots available. As we have had an influx of members that have joined recently, we're looking to dedicate all our time and effort into the VIP program as much as we can. That's why the limited spots are there, and they're almost empty now as well. Then we had another comment from Gary Wood. A lot of signal channels are getting out of hand recently as well.
Yeah.
Now, with that, I'd say there is definitely A lot of people are out there, like these forex gurus, which we touched up on in episode 1 there as well, where, you know, like we just mentioned as well, they just, you know, take you know, their clients' money, for example, spend it on themselves, you know, and not teach them anything other than provide, you know, their VIP clients with losing.
What they're basically doing is flaunting the lifestyle of stolen money.
Yeah.
That's all it simply is.
Literally.
And just getting into how easy it is to access it, if you don't know, the link will literally be in the bio. You click on it, you'll have a few options. You'll have WhatsApp, you'll have Telegram. You just click Telegram and then you just click join.
Yeah.
You know, scroll through it. All the chat history is there as well, so we don't hide anything. It's all transparent.
Yeah.
You can scroll through it and see everything on there.
Yeah.
From the proof to the analysis to what we send down on a daily basis, and there's something that you can benefit off there. You know, me getting into a scam was a bad impression. You know, and I know other people will have that as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta keep determined and you gotta keep going forward, you know, to find the truth. Sometimes.
Yeah.
There's always bad in everything you go.
Yeah.
You know, even good businesses sometimes don't succeed.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously competition and stuff, but you just got determination. If you've got determination, you can fight through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd say that sums up the whole idea of scams and everything else as well.
Yeah, I'd like to also touch on that as well. The fact that, you know, in reality, most people lose because of the fact that they don't control their emotions, which we've touched on as well. Now, by that we mean risk management, greed, fear in the markets, you know, revenge trading, all that sort of stuff there as well.
And giving up as well.
Yeah, giving up. Now, it takes a lot of effort and time to get to the position we've got in now.
Yeah.
Where we've managed to build our own channel, our own community there for people to, you know, take advantage of.
Yeah.
Basically, quite a lot of the losses that we've already been through, and yeah, absolutely smash it with us. Another topic I'd like to talk on is trading actually freedom or another trap?
Right, now that's another controversial topic there.
Yeah.
You'll have a lot of people, Reddit, wherever it is, go online, open their mouths and say, it is a trap. Why do you think 90% lose?
Yeah.
And, you know, put people down and off it.
Yeah.
Now, in a sense, in a way for me, and there's other people out there, if it's doing good for you, like we've mentioned, majority of the people won't go out there and speak about it.
Yeah.
If it's doing good for them, they'd rather keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
Except if you're a guru and, you know, you're flaunting a lifestyle and, you know, you're flashing out there, but that's what gets the idea of people to speak about. It's a trap.
Yeah.
And like psychology goes into it, if you're gonna lose and you're not gonna play the risk management right and stuff, you are gonna say it's a trap. It's the easiest thing to say. It's the easiest thing to hate in life.
Yeah.
You know, you could lose and say, this is why, and, you know, go on and on about it.
Yeah.
There's downsides to everything, of course.
Yeah.
In everything you do. But, you know, nevertheless, in itself, it's freedom.
Yeah.
It's created me a lot of time.
It definitely has.
And I know yourself as well.
Yeah.
You know, we've come our way with so much time to spend with our own families, you know, get things done as well, open up a business. You know, with work being in the way and stuff like that, we couldn't. You can if you it takes more effort, but alhamdulillah for us, we found this and it's called a lot of time for ourselves to do stuff and create freedom. Yeah. You know, it's not just always about the money. So people seem to get around that. You're gonna flip a trade and make millions or make thousands. It's not always about that. Yeah. It's about creating freedom in life. Yeah. Not having to wake up early in the mornings. Yeah. Go to your job, come back drained. Sometimes not make enough to spend with your family. Go out and about. I've seen it. It's not the one. Yeah. Yeah. And that for me is freedom. Yeah. You know, I know that for yourself as well. And what would you like to add on to that in terms of what people think of it as a trap or freedom? Well, once again, with myself as well, complete freedom there. Yeah. Creates creates financial freedom. My main goal is to make my entire, you know, circle financially free. Yeah. Just like yourself there as well. And inshallah we do accomplish that. But I would say with the government in UK, it absolutely, you know, prevents that from happening. Yeah. Simple reason being the fact that, you know, they tax every single thing. When you reach these certain brackets, they, you know, you bump up from 20% to I think it's 40, then 45, whatever it is, whatever it may be. Government is absolute shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it straight. This is raw talk. This is all one take.
Yeah.
It's all one take. It's been recorded. It's completely one take. There's barely any cuts there. Whatever it is, it's all straight from ourselves. Whatever we're thinking at the moment. It's all raw talk. Government is absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Reason why I say that is because of the fact that if you're making your money, you should be able to keep your money, your hard-earned money that you've made.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be taxed on that sort of shit? Now, do you have a point to make on that?
I would, but continue.
That's the point I want to make on it. Because I was going to say that this leads me to a different topic, but we'll finish off on this topic first.
Right.
Go for it.
I was going to say, yeah, I completely agree. Like, the way government's running stuff right now and how it's always been, it's full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with it though being said, I do believe, obviously, taxes do need to exist.
Right.
But not to the extent where they dry you clean.
Yeah.
If other countries out there, like Middle East, you go to them, they're very good tax-free havens, Switzerland.
They're thriving countries. They're absolutely smashing it without taxes.
Yeah.
Now, what prevents this country from doing that?
And the thing is with this country, you hear the budgets come out every year or whatever it is, every 2 or 3 years. I don't keep on top of politics much myself, but it's always just taxes on this, taxes on that. Recently, they put taxes on electric vehicles, or you get clean air zone.
Yeah.
And then you've gone to put tax on electric vehicles that don't produce emissions. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
In a logical sense, let's logically make sense, taking aside that we're against tax. It makes sense, alright, tax a vehicle because it produces emissions. Then why put it on electric vehicles then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not just because I'm fighting for the rights of electric vehicles, I'm just trying to get the government to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Where's the taxpayer money going? You see the country dwelling into further debt or whatever it may be, or it's just continue to go downhill. How many times have we taken on families to hospitals and stuff?
Yeah.
And we've gone through this trauma of like staying there overnight, seeing other people suffer as well.
Countless times.
And I'm not going to blame hard workers. I'm not blaming the people. I'm not blaming the nurses. I'm not blaming the doctors.
Yeah.
Blaming the government for failing to put the money in the right places.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
You couldn't have said it better.
Literally, and it's like, taxes are a problem, but I do feel as though there does need to be tax for the country to thrive.
Right.
But like you mentioned, like the Middle East, they've done it in a way where the people are winning and the government's winning.
Yeah.
And it makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the point I really wanted to make. But
definitely.
I think on all in all, we do agree to it. To an extent, obviously, we make sure that taxes do exist.
Yeah, definitely. Now, this takes me to the last topic that I'd like to talk about. If you've got any other topics after that, by all means, shoot away. But another topic I'd like to talk about is still based around the government.
Right.
But the fact that everything around us gets recorded, everything that we mention in life or in this world or in this country, for example, is all listened in on.
Yeah.
Let's mention how many devices we've got here at the moment. Yeah, we've got a pair of meta glasses, another pair of meta glasses in that case there. We've got a mobile phone here, another one here. We've got an iPad camera recording. We've got an iPad there as well stationed. We're surrounded by technology.
We are. There's a MacBook just an iMac just further down there.
Yeah.
I would bring the car into it as well, honestly. You've got the cars nowadays.
Yeah.
You can be hands free, but you have like a 360 mic where you pick your voice up so clear.
Yeah.
With the amount of mics there are in cars nowadays as well.
Yeah.
So it is very, like you just mentioned, it's a very, how to say it, interesting topic in terms of how people can listen in, and it's not just people, is it? It's the government and everything else themselves as well.
Yeah.
It's one of them 3 a.m. late night topics where you just talk about it. But what's your thoughts on it though?
I know the reason why I'm laughing, is because this government is very sly, man. Honestly, the amount of devices, like if I was to say, hey Meta, now these glasses are turned on straight away, it shows that they're listening at all times.
That is true, yeah.
If I was to say, hey Siri, all these phones in this room would light up if we had it switched on.
Yeah.
For that recognition to be there as well. Or for example, even Alexa devices, you say, hey Alexa, switch on, so and so. They're always listening wherever you go.
They're always listening in, yeah.
Exactly. Even with cars, let's say if I was to get into an accident now, straight away automatically jump onto phone to emergency services or whatever it may be. Yeah, fair enough. If you go into an accident, cars probably sensed impact, responded to it. Yeah, but it kind of shows that they're always listening listening to everything you say, do, or even watching you. For example, there as well with the cameras, the amount of cameras that there are nowadays as well, surrounded by you.
Doesn't that make you think? Yeah. Now, obviously, my language is gonna be a bit weird here, but imagine there's a my man sat in MI6 right now. How we say hi Alexa, that's going to Apple, so it can activate.
Yeah.
That we're asking for a response from the AI, right?
Yeah.
So imagine we're on a sensitive topic. Certain keywords we say, like how you're on TikTok comments, it'll get picked up if you flagged up for a comment.
Yeah.
MI6 sat behind his desk. I don't want to say bad about him, but he hears a flag up, and then it's just like our devices will come up on his monitor, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
A certain topic's being discussed. Let's keep an eye on what they're saying.
Yeah, of course.
That's how I feel as though it is, and it probably is.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, how do you think they monitor people, crack down on people as well? Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, if someone's clearly doing bad, yes, obviously needs to be checked. But it is obviously, it's people's daily lives. You think you're just getting listened to everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's very rare. You've got TVs in rooms. You've got so much devices. You've got smartwatches. Where is it that you're not probably getting listened into?
I know, man. Honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'd rather not dwell into that before, we have MI6 busting through the door and shut this whole thing down.
I don't mind, to be honest, man. I'll face them one-on-one, but no, honestly, no, you made a very good point there. It's just crazy in this world how the government works, how, and to be honest, speaking on, where our tax money goes, look what happened during COVID. Everyone was meant to social distance, everyone was meant to, stay indoors, do this, do that. When you had the government going out to parties, drinking alcohol, doing this, surrounding himself within the, 2 meter space, wherever it was, prancing about, dancing, listening to music, blasting it with, his other colleagues. Inside
you had Boris Johnson sipping down his Prosecco, just going off at it.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones, man, isn't it?
One rule for them, another rule for others.
Exactly. But yeah. Have you got any other topics to discuss, or?
Let's go on to the last topic. Now, why I say that is, I feel as though we've gone so good on these topics. We've got a lot more to save on.
Yeah.
Now, let's get on to the last topic. I think we could talk about that topic in itself just for one whole video.
Yeah.
But we'll just have a little segment there, just to dwell into it there.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we?
Who controls the world?
Who controls the world?
Yeah.
We're not getting into that just yet.
Why?
I want
to dive a bit into that for a minute.
Right.
In fact, do you know what, we'll say that for another time, actually.
Well, we could dwell into it, but it's going to be on your time to say stop, let's not get into it furthermore. Only reason being is because we've got so much to talk about this.
Stop, let's not get into it anymore.
Fair enough then, fair enough.
What were you going to say?
You know what? Let's save it for a whole another video.
Perfect.
Why I also say that is because I feel as though I'll say one thing right now, and that whole video's getting taken down or something. That's right. And should we mention a YouTuber who we were just talking about, or is it worth even mentioning?
I think we can.
Right, you can go ahead and that.
I don't think for mentioning this person's name anyway. It's
gonna cause a problem. No.
YouTube channel's name. It's not going to cause a problem for us whatsoever. But is it? If I'm thinking about the same thing, is it Tyler Oliveira?
That's the one.
Yeah. Wow, absolutely crazy. His YouTube videos are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Certain community in a different country,
right.
which he lost all his sponsorships for. His videos got demonetized. All his sponsors, even from previous episodes, they all got they all pulled out. He got taken down from his Patreon there as well, which is meant to be a safe place for
posting content.
Yeah, exactly, his own community to watch unfiltered content there as well. His YouTube, his Patreon got taken down. All the sponsors pulled out, and now he's basically almost about to be shadow banned from the social media space.
And all he is what is just presented as showing what's out there in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get into what was said or anything like that. All I'm saying is go see it for yourself, and you can judge it for yourself, and then you can say, was it right that what happened?
Yeah.
And it's all day and night. Like, he hasn't taken the videos or edited them. It's all on there, on his YouTube.
Yeah.
You can no longer see his Patreon because they've taken that now.
Yeah.
And he explains why they've done it all.
Yeah.
And you can see it for yourself. But just things like that alone is why I don't really want to dwell into it just yet.
Yeah.
But it's a very good topic.
It definitely
who
is.
runs the world.
yeah, it kind of goes into that topic about controls the world there as well, which we'll say for another episode. We'll call it
100%.
Should we call it that?
Yeah, we can call it that. So that's episode 2 for you.
Yep.
Now we got some good news on my for episode 3, 4, and for the rest to come.
Yeah.
Got some special guests coming in too.
Yeah.
What are them special guests? You'll find out when the time comes.
Yep.
They've got different stories, different backgrounds. Believe it or not, more different ways to make money.
Yeah.
It's not just all about forex, is it? It's all the opportunities out there that you will get taught in schools. You probably will come across it online, which you will do, of course, but you'd rather hear it from different perspective of different people who have actually been in the industry, been in it for years,
Yeah.
and what they've learned and what they've put in their lives compared to working a job.
Yeah.
And all it is what knowledge out there for people.
Yeah. I'll give a bit of an insight of one of the special guests. It'll be from our VIP program, which will be giving an absolute in and out insight of what we do or what we offer inside our VIP program there as well. We'll be touching on that. And it'll be all raw talk there as well. We should call this this podcast One Take.
You reckon?
Yeah. Because we do obviously do it all in one take, but yeah. Very special guests coming up in future episodes there. But with this episode, we're going to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
What I suggest to you guys anyway is hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button there as well, be notified of when we upload next. Drop a comment down below as well. Like this podcast too. It shows we're actually doing a good job here. We're doing the best of what we can. If there's any feedback that you can give us as well, provide it in the comments below. Check out the description. Check out the link in our YouTube channel there as well. Take you straight to our Telegram page. Check us out. We are providers for our community. We spend a lot of time and effort into providing analysis for our community, as well as our VIP program there as well, where we provide analysis, one-to-one support, research, news. On top of that, how we take our trades, entries, TPs, stop losses. We don't chase the market; we let the market chase us.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'd like to call that unless you've got anything to say.
Yeah. I'm going to mention it again that we do go live on 22nd
of March.
On our Telegram exclusively. It won't cost you a penny to join that live as well. That'll be free to all the people. You'll get to know more about us, insights of what we do in our trades. Obviously, we're not going to give the full secret sauce now, but there's good things for you to learn and take on board. And you can by all means ask us questions as well. It's going to be a Q&A, FAQ, whatever you call it nowadays, and all that type of stuff. But it's been a good podcast, and catch us in the next one.
Perfect.